Seriously, Big D, if I fail out here, I gotta go to med school in the Caribbean. Dude, I don't speak Caribbean, so tell us what to do.
This is how far Scrubs fell. Jokes like this, which aren't really funny. This is the material that made up Scrubs' worst season. Scrubs is one of the most critically acclaimed sitcoms produced in North America. The exciting mix of quirky characters, funny dialogue, and hilarious visual comedy propelled the show to heights no one could have anticipated. And yet, the lasting cultural memory of the show is, yeah, but that last season though. Before we get too deep, please subscribe to the Nerdstalgic channel in order to keep up with all of our videos. Created by Bill Lawrence, it lasted a total of 182 episodes and was a mainstay of network comedy for close to the entire run of the show, with one major exception: Season 9, Med School. The 9th season of Scrubs was originally intended to be a soft jump-starting of a spin-off series. Lawrence had originally intended the Season 8 finale, titled My Finale, to be the last time we would see JD, Turk, Elliot, Dr. Cox, and all of our favorite regular cast members. However, the network had other plans. The boost in ratings that the impeccably well-crafted Season 8 brought caused ABC to ask for one more season. Initially resistant to the idea, Lawrence and the few remaining writers put their heads together. Eventually, Lawrence, who was already busy with a new project for ABC, Cougar Town, proposed a spin-off series that he could godfather while still dedicating most of his creative energy to his new project. ABC wasn't excited about this idea. They wanted Scrubs Season 9, and come hell or high water, they were gonna get it. So then the idea of merging the two paths forward was pitched by Lawrence. Do Season 9, but with a new subtitle. Have the returning characters pop in for cameos or maybe mentor roles, and start the show off on a new trajectory with a fresh-faced crew of new would-be doctors entering med school. ABC liked the idea, but they didn't want the subtitle change. They wanted the show to be Scrubs Season 9, which ultimately would be its downfall, and the key reason behind why the Scrubs legacy was tarnished.
Cole, I need the retractor.
I'm using it right now.
Seriously?
Yeah, I don't like touching bread. Creeps me out.
The battle over the title of this new incarnation of the show was evidenced by the fact that on all Season 9 episodes, under Bill Lawrence's creator credit, there's a mini subtitle, Med School. Med School introduces us to 4 new primary characters: Eliza Coupe's Dr. Denise Mahoney, Michael Mosley's Drew Suffin, and Dave Franco's Cole Aronson. We are also treated to 4 Scrubs stalwarts, returning in Zach Braff, Donald Faison, Sarah Chalk, and John C. McGinley. And finally, the final new addition, Carrie Bichet is our new lead as Lucy Bennett. Carrie Bichet is a supremely talented performer. There's only one problem though. Lucy Bennett, her character, is just Zach Braff's JD. She's quirky, kind of an outsider, and even has literal daydreams about fantastically comedic escapades. She might as well jump on Turk and yell Eagle.
Oh, hey Perry, I'm really looking forward to teaching with you.
JD is supposed to be a unique and kind of out-to-lunch character. He's the lens we view the entire world from. He's the driver of every episode, and the comedy, both literally and figuratively, flows from him. And by swapping him out for another character that ostensibly does the exact same thing, it just makes everything feel cheap. And that's kind of the problem with this whole season. It's not terrible, it's just the same but not as good, with characters that aren't as thought out or developed, all going through the same joke structures we've seen before.
Here! Turk! 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 Up here! Dude! What the hell are you doing?
The first episode of the season, titled Our First Day of School, opens with so many ham-fisted visual metaphors of the passing of the torch that you practically expect someone to literally pass the torch. Oh, wait, they do a literal voiceover handoff.
I hope I can find a way to make this all feel new.
Oh my god, the first day of med school. Everything is so new.
The idea of Scrubs originally was that it was going to be the anti-sitcom. It was going to zig when everyone else zagged. And it was going to take the highly commercial medical procedural genre and turn it on its head. Its title has a double meaning. Yes, Scrubs is the literal uniform of medical staffers, but also Scrubs, as in the slang for slackers and good-for-nothing idiots. And did the show always live up to its ideals? No, definitely not. They strung out the Elliot and JD thing for way too long, and also having Elliot date JD's brother, really weird. But ultimately, they reeled it in, and Season 8 was a great send-off for these characters and the world. And Season 9 just feels wrong in every way. The unique voiceover, the at the time unexpected visual comedy of JD's inner world, and the idiosyncratic characters all now just feel forced and weird because they're attempting to remake the narrative wheel. Most of the primary cast members from Scrubs appear in Season 9, some of them in cameos, some of them in smaller supporting roles. However, it's the new cast of characters that received the short end of the stick. Both Dave Franco and Eliza Coupe are exciting talents who have great comedic timing in other projects. But in this season of Scrubs, it feels like they're performing in quicksand. Michael Mosley's Drew Suffin also has loads of potential. His character is initially positioned as this older student who's giving med school a second go and who's been in trouble with the law.
Seriously, how was prison?
It was cold.
But his character is quickly just reduced to a punchline. There's a running bit where Dr. Cox takes a liking to Drew and pins a number 1 sign to his chest, and then eventually gives him a shirt that just says number 1. This gag is played for laughs because we, the audience, know how hard JD has worked for Cox's approval, but Drew achieved it frustratingly quick. This idea is emblematic of the writing issues with this season. This choice doesn't develop Drew at all. It uses him as a fulcrum for stories around the older characters, and quite frankly, long-resolved ideas. We got it. JD thinks of Cox as a father figure and he wants his approval. And in the finale of season 8, it appeared like he came to peace with that and was moving into a new phase of life himself. He's starting a family with Elliot, and yet, here we are, treading the same narrative ground again. All of the new cast members have issues that are similar to this. They're just not developed. And whenever the older cast are in the room, it's so much more entertaining you kinda just wanna watch them. And then you remember that most of their stories were wrapped up last season, and you find yourself thinking, does Zach Braff really need more money?
No!
Oh, Dr. Cox?
Ultimately, if Scrubs Season 9 had actually been positioned to the viewers as Scrubs Med School and done away with a few of the legacy characters, added some new students that were completely new archetypes, it might have worked. Sure, they just have to find a new way of keeping the visual comedy that wasn't just literally, let's clone JD. But it's not an undoable task. However, when you set yourself up as a continuation of a much beloved and long-running sitcom that just had a near-perfect ending, it just was asking for trouble. So many shows try and fail. Even the great talents of Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David couldn't quite pull it off. And yet here's the Scrubs crew doing the impossible, creating a near-perfect finale to a show that didn't really do big moments very often. And then to ask those same people to find a path forward without undoing the nearly impossible task they had just successfully completed, it's no wonder we got what we got.
This is Ben's heart we're talking about. It's where he stores his feelings and memories.
Ladies and gentlemen, apparently the heart stores memories. Future doctors.
If Scrubs Med School had actually been a spin-off, we'd be having a much different conversation. It's reasonable that the show would have been met with a, oh, they're still figuring it out, it's a spin-off mindset, and ratings would have been better. Look at what Frasier did. Can you imagine if Cheers had just tried to go into a 10th season, but with Frasier as the protagonist? It would have been a disaster. Spin-offs allow you to recalibrate the audience's expectations. It also wouldn't have tarnished the legacy of the show, because now the first thing someone says when they're talking about Scrubs wouldn't be, but the last season, that was garbage. Let this be a lesson to us all. When you're running a highly successful multi-million-dollar enterprise, maybe find a way to get off the stage while the audience is still laughing. And that's all we have for this week. What do you think? Is Season 9 actually good? Should they try to do a new Scrubs spinoff? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, please subscribe to the Nerdstalgic channel in order to stay up to date with everything happening with the Nerdstalgic channel.